brand new Fortnite season is finally here, and I've been playing it non-stop since release. From the fresh map changes, to the new loot pool, and gameplay tweaks, there's just so much to talk about. Trust me when I say, this has got to be one of the better seasons Epic Games has released in a hot minute. But I'm not going to just share my thoughts. I'm going to share the thoughts of what you guys thought about the season. But before we jump into it, if you enjoy these types of breakdowns and you want to stay up to date with all things Fortnite, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future uploads. Now, let's get into talking about the new Fortnite season. So a couple of days ago, I put a post and seen what you guys thought of the new season. The first response comes from Kingsley Harmer, and they say, the season's really good, they love the chaos, and the map is super fun. Now I gotta say, I agree with this a lot. The new season is very good, and the chaos on the map is super fun. The amount of games I've played where it's straight chaos in the beginning of the game has made the season for me actually more enjoyable. The next response comes from Robo_idiot, and they say, this is the best season for me so far. Best loot pool of the chapter by far. I would say it's too early to see if this is the best season so far. In terms of initial launch, this has been the funnest season for me, and I do have to agree with you though. This is the best loot pool in this chapter by far. Like, some of the new guns we got this season are some of the most unique and funnest guns or items I have seen in Fortnite in a long time. Tell me when the last time you could take a bug's arm and use it as a blaster. That has got to be one of the most unique items in Fortnite. One of my favorite weapons this season though has got to be the wrecked revolver. That thing is so fun to use in game. Our next response comes from someone from South Africa, and they say, probably the best season of this chapter. I especially like the increased mobility items. I do have a challenge. Get all the medallions and win the game. First off, I like how you are integrating challenges into the game. I think having your own challenges just make the game more interesting for yourself. I might have to actually try that. Maybe I'll make that a video where I get all the medallions and try to win the game. Now, once again, when we talk about this being the best season of the chapter, I do think this is an amazing season at first glance, but things could change throughout the season. But as of now, I would say this is the best season of the chapter so far. And then the increase to mobility items. To me, I like how they brought back one of my favorite mobility weapons, and that is the shockwave launcher. This thing is so much better in my opinion than regular shockwave grenades, because you can only hold 6 shockwave at once, where the shockwave launcher, I believe you can hold up to 12 bullets. And they brought out a new type of launch pad, and this new launch pad, when you jump on this thing, I swear it's like double the height of a regular launch pad. I don't know what they did to it, but I like it so much better. Our next response comes from Press Foo, and they say, I think it is good, but I will stay with Blitz, and I can totally understand that. I think Blitz right now actually is in a good state. The fact that recently we got a ninja takeover, if they continue to do stuff like that, I do think Blitz will be a really good mode. But it seems that you also agree that this season so far is pretty good. And our last response comes from Alien4927, and they say, I like the idea of collabs, but I feel like 2 different collabs and 1 battle pass is just too much. I feel like the battle passes should be mainly focused on skins made by Fortnite. Now I gotta say, I completely agree with you. When you do look at the old battle passes, there was no collabs. It was straight original Fortnite skins. But I've gotten used to having, 1 collab in a battle pass. But having 2 in a battle pass, for me, I gotta agree, that's way too much. I mean, when you look at past seasons in this chapter, besides the Star Wars season, they only had 1 collab skin per pass. And I think when you start to add more than 1 collab skin, I do believe it does take away from the original Fortnite skins. Those are all the responses I got. I want to thank you all for taking your time to leave a comment. But now we're going to get into my initial thoughts of the season so far. Now, as some of the comments mentioned, it is too early to tell, but so far for me personally, for a launch of a season, this is probably the best season so far for me. Now, could that change towards the end of the season? Absolutely. But as of now, it's gotta be the best. Something else that I'm sure you all have seen is we finally got the Power Rangers collab. This has been another collab that I have been waiting for such a long time. And to me, I'm excited to see the mid-season update for the collab, because if you see in the trailer here, he's holding some kind of Power Ranger handgun. I'm excited to see what that thing does. Plus, we get the Dino Megazord. Like, come on, like, what else can you ask for? Now, I did see people saying they wish that the Power Ranger skins that came in the shop had other styles from other shows, and while yes, that would be nice, I feel like for Epic Games that would be a lot to do at once. Now granted, would I like to see those extra styles in the future? Of course, but I'm just glad that we are just getting Power Rangers in the game after waiting for so long. Now for me, the new map this season is amazing. I feel like the way they put the POIs in the map, I feel like no matter if you go anywhere towards the middle of the map, you're gonna be in immediate action. There's not gonna be no looting around or trying to get set up. It's just bam, boop, bop action, which I personally like a lot. And for me, I honestly don't mind the bugs. I kind of like when Fortnite does something like this from time to time because it changes the gameplay. Now, in terms of the loot pool, this loot pool this season is so freaking good. I don't even know where to begin. So as I mentioned earlier, my favorite gun this season has got to be the wrecked revolver. This gun is so nasty to use. I have seen so many clips of people doing all kinds of crazy stuff with this gun. And the new Swarm Strike launcher is something I don't believe we have ever seen in Fortnite either. You literally shoot missiles and then you can aim this red laser, and wherever you move that laser, the rockets follow. Like, to me, that is such a cool new mechanic for a gun. Now, the medallions this season, I'm not gonna lie to you, they're kind of cheeky. Each one of them is good in and of itself, but if you get more than one of these medallions, oh man, you're gonna be flying all over the map. I really like the medallions. I could see where some people come from when they say they don't like them. I've gone against players that have had more than one medallion, and they are just so hard to kill because they're literally like bouncing all over the place. So for me, I feel like the medallions are okay. Something else that Fortnite did this season was the same type of system they kind of had last season, which is called Super Soldier Rank. Now this thing, the same thing. If you can at least get to the Super Soldier Rank S, the effect you get from it is just so nasty. Not only do you have reduced stamina consumption, you have increased reload speed and reduced spread and recoil. If you can manage to get Super Soldier Rank S+, at that point you literally are a super soldier. You have unlimited stamina, you have increased reload speed, reduced spread and recoil, and you get increased tactical sprint speed. Like, pairing those with the medallions, absolutely insanity. I feel like it is going to be so hard to take you out, and that's where I'm at with my first impressions of the new Fortnite season. Honestly, it's got a ton of potential to be one of the best seasons we've seen in such a long time, but there are definitely a few things I think Epic could tweak here or there to make the season even better. From what I'm seeing, the community seems to be split. Some players are having an absolute blast, while others feel a few changes might need some fine-tuning. But I mean, hey, that's just the start of the season, and things change so fast in Fortnite. So drop your thoughts in the comments. What's your favorite new feature so far? And is there anything you'd like to see adjusted? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that bell so you don't miss any uploads. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.